How does the internet enhance secondary student outcomes in the modern teaching context? A brief overview. What platforms for education is used? How does this help? Teachers' perspective in the classroom. Students' ability to filter information for research. And the pros and cons.
Schools are now using online communities and social networks in the classroom to allow for greater access to and the sharing of information for students and their teachers. Edmodo is a secure site that allows access only to students and teachers. It turns a traditional classroom into a virtual classroom, giving 24/7 access. It requires the students to upload their assignments, preparing them for university life. Stephen Fletcher, a science high school teacher, says, Edmodo's greatest strength is the contemporary nature of its interface, and that it is continually updating, as well as allowing access via smartphone and tablet apps in both the iOS and Android ecosystems. Google Docs allows students to share and transact ideas and information, leading to a process of collaboration. Teachers are able to leave comments and criticism on their students' work at any time. Teachers are also able to review the work of their students and identify who does what in group tasks. Twitter, if used with a professional account and not a personal one, allows students to follow the teacher's feed. These tweets can include due dates, links to quizzes, and other study tools. Students can follow feeds that are relevant to their career and university goals. Students can then ask questions by using the hashtag provided so that the teacher can answer them during the class.
A teacher's perspective in the classroom. From an interview with Mr. R. Fowler, teacher of music and course coordinator for tech and design at the Conservatorium of Music. When asked about the difference the internet has made in the classroom, specifically as a teaching tool, he had to say that we have a portable library wherever we go. It's not as reliable as all the time in the classroom, but it is much better than what we used to do, where everyone was working out of their head and only what the teacher knew, or from books that took way too long to find. What difference has the internet made for our students' ability to research? Was this a positive or negative effect? He said it has a neutral effect, probably. By and large, I think it was a positive effect. When the kids learn discrimination, in other words, what they need to find and how to apply it, filters. It is not a research-friendly environment, but it is an information-friendly environment. Lots of information out there, but it is not qualified information. When asked about what platforms for education do you currently use, he said his personal view is that every student should be given a list of apps, and that they should work in an app environment, as he thinks that apps do what the internet doesn't do, which is apps contain the thinking, and they work within their structures.
Teaching students research skills have become increasingly important as the modern classroom uses the internet in order to conduct research. Although there is much information on the internet, students have to learn to filter out information to find out what information is most relevant and most reliable for their situation. Cybersmart is a website created by the Australian government to help students, parents, as well as teachers to understand how the internet can be used to its fullest potential on finding information. There are educators who have given useful tips and advice to other teachers on how they can teach their students to research and filter information on the internet. Some tips include searching using keywords, delving for information and optimizing results, what source you use, how valid information is, and finally, citing your source.
The pros for doing research online are it's available online 24/7, which allow you to work from anywhere and anytime. You will have the access to a variety of different media online and a large amount of resources to look at and accessing database from internationally. The cons are the concern of the validation of information online is not guaranteed. Secondary students do not have the access to library resources. They often rely on random Google searches and unreliable Wikipedia rather than looking at academic sources. And they may be overusing the internet and possible involving plagiarism on their work. They would rely on internet for the answer instead of being critical to the problem. The pros for education will benefit teachers and students for online education and in distance learning. Allow them instantly sharing ideas and interact online with teachers and students. For example, is the Edmodo. Teacher can assign tasks to students easily online and allow multimedia in classroom, such as a smartboard, to increase student engagement and involvement during the lesson. The cons are, if students rely too much on using the internet would cause behavioral problems, and there are websites that offer them paid service to do their tasks that impact on academic honesty. There are also commercial sites that have content which they try to achieve for business purpose, and sometimes information are presented like a primary source, but actually is a secondary source. Research suggests that using the internet we will need to examine the contents carefully, such as if they are accurate and integrity check, and that they are valid for current issues, and the appropriate database is used.